Great. How are you, sir?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and
I'm
clear.
very
Yeah.
fine. It's an honor and pleasure to hear you again.
Thank you so much for your time. Welcome to the Voice of Healing. I think maybe there's
It's a
perhaps,
pleasure and honor, sir.
right, sir. I think there's a slight delay, which is all okay. That is fine. Just very quickly, I want the audience to just know a little bit about your wonderful work that you've been doing. Um, Dr. Manohar Roy is a distinguished teacher, leader, educator, and mentor with a multifaceted career spanning robotics, education, business, incubation, international trade, and tourism innovation with decades of expertise. He has guided and mentored over 50,000 startups, making a profound impact on entrepreneurial ecosystems across the industry. So we welcome you, Dr. Manohar. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure and honor, sir. And I would always prefer you calling me Roy, Dr. Roy, because that is much easier to pronounce
Right.
and even for people to remember.
Yes, Dr. Roy. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. As you know, or perhaps you may not be aware of, the Voice of Healing is a program and a product that I set up. I created out. It was birthed out of what happened in 2019, going onwards, when lots of people were out of work because of this virus. And I decided, hold on a minute, a lot of people who I worked with in the entertainment field were in fact, going through a lot of psychological mental health issues. And I started to question why, as also I went through lots of issues as well as it pertains to mental health and things of that nature. And so I birthed this as a result out of pain, literally. Where are you now? Are you in Ghana still?
Yes, I'm still in Ghana. It will be one full year on the 12th of this month.
That's a long time, and time really travels really fast. It goes so quick.
Yes.
I
Very
remember,
true. Very
yeah,
true.
I remember when you was actually, planning to go. So thank you so much for your time. Just a few questions I wanted to ask you, about yourself, and perhaps you can, tell us a little bit about yourself as it pertains to your work and your amazing work that you're doing and startups as well. From a global experience, how is the men's mental health perceived across where you are in different cultures in your experience?
Well, let me tell you one thing. Mental health is a very essential thing in everybody's life. A healthy mental health will not remind you of any problems. You
Yeah,
know that you are ready.
yeah,
Mental health is just like preparing your homework on time so that in the exams you don't fail. That is how mental health works in your life.
yeah,
So you need to have a very healthy mental health, not let any things trouble you. Because if things are troubling you, you keep, see, there should be a principle that whatever problems I have, it is always outside the door. And yes, if there is a problem between two people, then the solution also comes out amongst them. It is not an outside give a solution. Husbands and wives, they have friends, they have problems, business associates, they have problems. But if you go ahead and see whatever are the problems, it arose from amongst yourself. So the solution will also come out amongst yourself. So you need to focus on things. And yes, one more thing. Whenever we are there with people, there are distances that need to be covered, like within 1 feet, 1 feet, because you're in England, sorry, UK. So I will just use the metric conversions. It is easier. So within that 1 feet area, only very closed ones like your children, your family, and your parents, wife, brothers, sisters, only they can enter. 2 feet 2 feet distance is always for friends. 3 feet is always for business associates. And when it is the 4th feet comes, that is for acquaintances. If we try to keep this distance always, then you will see that your mental health also keeps stable and your relationship also keeps stable. You have to define somebody before letting them into your circle. Person crossing from the 4 feet circle to a 3 feet circle should be achievement to them because you are open. Because you are open. And yes, about startups, yes, the entire world needs startups. Everybody, because see, the government cannot give everybody a job. So it's better to be an entrepreneur and then start working. Yes. And, for example, let me tell you that Ghana is very famous for its cocoa. It is one of the largest producers of cocoa to the world. You know, in Ghana, Ghana actually sells cocoa raw. But
Wow.
there will be people who know how to make chocolates out of cocoa because that is the main ingredient of chocolates.
Yeah.
So, but if for example, if I know how to make chocolates, I will just know how to make it. I don't know how to sell it scientifically. So, and I don't know how much to make. I mean, if I start making today, I'll keep on making it and I don't know how to sell it. I don't have a business forecast. I don't have a business plan. I don't have packaging, so many things. So, what I have done is I have connected with a lot of industry professionals who have reached a certain level and they are all a part of my incubation team. So, if a person comes, he or she has got mentors in every department: marketing, sales, packaging, manufacturing, business forecasting, business analysis, accounting, licensing, everything. So that a man or a woman is properly guided into that industry and it doesn't become a failure. If you see globally, 90% of the startups they fail just because of the lack of these things. That is why we have come up with a virtual incubation center. Because incubation center basically means that when a child is born uh, and it is premature delivery, that is the time the child is not that healthy and he is kept into an incubator to get himself strength to fight the world. So similarly, we bring this person into our incubation center for 1 year. We train them, we guide them. Then after 1 year, after 365 days, they will start register their business and start the business. And after starting their business, we will constantly be monitoring it on a weekly or a monthly basis till 1 more year. Because after 1 year of steady business, you will definitely like to scale it up. That is the time you don't need us. So that is where we come into play. And we have been very successful in starting up a lot of projects globally, even in countries where we have never been. I mean, we have started those projects, and people are really thankful for that. But it is all God's wish. Whatever God says, you know,
Amen.
that is what is to happen.
Amen. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. As I say, with cocoa, first of all, the benefits of cocoa is becoming more and more aware and open for people to understand. That the effect it has on the body, effect it has on the blood vessels, and it has a lot of benefits. Of course, dark chocolate we're talking about, not just your ordinary, Mars bar. But what I got
Yeah.
from you really was teamwork. Was teamwork is what makes the dream work, as they say. And I I believe you work with a lot of young people with startups. And I think back in the old days, we used to say, we had the elders who would, advise the younger generation and the young people coming up on how to, do business and how to navigate through life, which I think is fantastic. What you're doing. Um, do you think, as we're staying on mental health, do you think that many men still hesitate to speak openly about mental health in your experience?
Yes, actually 90% of the people. Yes, actually 90% of the people will do that. The reason is today, the world is for all those people who do show offs. If you own a Ferrari, I will not be happy. And that is what is a problem today.
Interesting.
But I should be happy that one of my friends could get a Ferrari. There has to be a paradigm shift in the mentality
Right.
where we all live in a global village. We all live in a global village. Why should there be any enmity? Because see, you owning a Ferrari will not give you three hands or three legs or two heads. Similarly, if I am not owning a Ferrari, I am not losing one hand or my head or my leg. So it is just a feeling of being happy for each other. And if you see, if anybody has lost his near ones, we always say condolences. But we don't say those. We say condolences with a very sad and heavy heart. That means we are empathizing with them. But when it comes to your success, why can't this be the same?
Hmm.
Be happy for them. Their happiness will always bring you also happiness
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it is community living. We used to have a subject called community living. That community living has gone down. The
Yeah.
moral science of people have gone down. Now, if
Yes.
you own a Ferrari, I will stop talking to you until and unless I own a Ferrari myself,
Right.
a better version.
Yes.
So that is something which is competition, and this competition is killing the vibes globally. Globally,
Yes. Yes.
yes,
So a lot of jealousy, people jealous of your success, and in fact, what you're saying really is that it should be the opposite way around because it's all energy, isn't it, as well? So, someone experiencing, a jealousy could also turn that into feeling good, into a more positive mindset, which in kind of transmutes in a way that they will start to think, okay, well, how can I do what he's doing? How can I birth a seed that can help me to create a business like his or similar, or just inspiration is better than jealousy, isn't it?
absolutely. See, for example, you are a person who has got an amazing voice, which I can never have. I should accept that.
Yeah.
Rather, if I write something good, I should share it with you.
Yes.
Mr. Carl, I have written this. Do you find this interesting?
Yes.
And yes, and if you are able to, and you will sing it and it becomes a hit, fine enough.
Yes.
I just tried. It became a
Yeah.
hit for you, not for me.
Yeah.
Now, what happens is I will always expect some money from you because you have used my lyrics or my song. That expectation from my side should be a duty on your side. It is
Right.
not, I should not expect, but you as a successful person should feel that duty. Everybody, wherever you go in this world, everybody is
Yes.
fighting for one thing: my rights,
Yes.
human rights,
Yes.
LGBTQI rights. Everybody is fighting for their rights. Who is
Right.
doing their duties? Imagine if a person whose duty is to reach the office at say 7, 8, or 9 a.m. He feels that it is his right to go 1 hour late. But his duty is not that. If everybody reaches the office in time, if everybody, then nobody will fight for their rights that my work is not being done because
Yeah.
your duty, you are doing your duty. Everybody will do their own duties as well. That is how the world should come to.
That's really profound. That is very profound. It's almost like we've lost that duty, that duty bound character, innate quality that we used to have that made the world a happy place. Do you think people are losing their duty? And have you experienced jealousy?
Yes, I have experienced jealousy a lot. You know, I'll give you a very fine example. Uh, I will not take the name where and what, but I went to some place. I set up something for them and I came back. And that person was introduced to me by a friend of mine. So this friend, he came back to me and he said his things are running very well. You And I've heard that you have not charged anything for it. I said, yeah, because that was my duty to share my knowledge. And if he doesn't think that, I should be offered anything, maybe it is because of respect. He cannot offer me, or he wants to offer me bigger or whatever. That is his duty. I've done my duty. Now it is time for him to do his duties. The only thing that does its duty in the most profound manner is only one thing. That is nature. Nature.
Yeah, it is true. It is true, and nature is incredibly beautiful. If you just take time to go outside, if you live in a concrete jungle like some of us do in London, it's very difficult. But it's very very true. It just happens just by automatic program, isn't it? So, what role does mentorship play for you in supporting men because you say you have a lot of startups and what role does your mentorship kind of lean upon as you help support the men?
My work majorly is to clear their mental blocks, whatever mental blocks they have. Because see, anybody who wants to start up something, a first generation businessman, for example, he has got a lot of mental blocks. First of all, his dreams are too high. Everybody starts to see the end result, but nobody is there to plan the steps to move towards it. Right? That is one. So you have to first keep your feet on the ground and then try a step ahead.
Yeah,
As they say, Rome was not built in a day. So a business cannot be built up in a day.
yeah,
Whichever sector you go in, let it be the latest one, that is AI. You
yes,
cannot just go to an institute, learn AI, and finished. That's it. And I'll become a billionaire tomorrow. No, it doesn't happen that way.
yeah,
You have to have your programmers. You have to, think of ideas as well and refine them. It is a very long drawn process. But what happens is, if I only dream, I only plan, I only do everything, then it doesn't work. It needs experience, and experience will only come with the age. I don't mean that I'm too old and so I can guide anybody. Even a kid can teach me something. In India, the place where I stay, in front of my house, we had a festival, and the children had a sports day on that day, and they played traditional sports. One of the sports that I saw was marble and spoon. So you have a spoon in your mouth and there's a marble in it. You have to balance and then go to your, end area. You'll be a winner.
yeah,
That taught me a lot of things:
yes,
concentration, focus, and your vision. So those kids taught me that, and I take it. I take
wow,
it as a student. I take it.
wow,
Yes. So these are
wow,
certain things we also need to learn from everywhere.
yeah. It's
Yes.
funny you should say that about people wanted like almost like a microwave society where they want everything yesterday, and they are trying to escape the normal kind of traction which is needed for growth, experience, and things of that nature. And in fact, getting something too early could be detrimental to these young aspiring entrepreneurs. Um, what do you think about AI?
AI is a wonderful thing, wonderful tool if used properly. If misused, anything has got its uses and misuses as well. But usage and see, hacking are of two types. Hacking is one, you take the money from the bank, and second is the ethical hacking, where you go behind those people who are doing cyber crimes and cyber frauds. Similarly, AI, if it is used, it can make the life very, very easy for people. And the worst part in today's world is everybody is trying to become lazy. Everybody wants to be lazy. And the laziest people do the smartest work.
Yes.
The laziest people will do the smartest work because They know the shortcuts. Yeah, and that's a fact. That's a
Yeah.
fact.
Yes.
People use phones. Now they don't meet. They use phones. They will say WhatsApp, birthday, okay, happy birthday. 200, a group of 200 people, 150 people are wishing you happy birthday, and he's very happy sitting alone in his house.
Yeah.
That's how world has become.
Yeah. Absolutely. You're full of loads of people around you, but you're still alone. So you do robotics. Do you want to just tell us a little bit about that and what how you came to become something so? I mean, it's amazing when I see some of the productions and the creations that has been done. What got you into robotics?
Well, there's a story behind it. I'm the only son of my parents. I don't have any brothers or sisters.
Right.
So, and both my parents were working parents. I'm talking about the 20th century. So you can understand, and India especially. And there, my mother was the first lady in from both the houses, my father's and mother's house, to go and work. She used to work for the railways. She
Right.
just got graduated, and she went into and she got a job in the railways, and she worked there. So she always had this dream that she wanted to study more and more and more and more. So my mother, she always said, you don't have to work ever in your life. Just go on studying. Just go on studying. I used to see my friends after graduation. They are going and working, earning good money and everything. My mother said, no, after graduation, do post graduation. Then after post graduation, do MBA. After MBA, you do PhD. So that is how I got into it. And at that time, in around 2000, early 2000s, I got a doctorate in robotics. At that time, robotics was never prevalent anywhere in this world. It was just automation that was there. There's a lot of difference between automation and robotics. Automation is just you put a hammer and it just keeps on hammering. That's all. But robotics is like it will find the right nail to be hit on the head.
Yeah.
So that is the difference. So that is how I came into robotics. And by the time I completed my education and everything, I lost both my parents within a span of 8 months.
Oh
So
wow.
since my mother was so much inclined towards education, so I thought, why not whatever I have earned in my life, that is knowledge. Why don't I share it with people? So I started teaching people on a private basis, on a public basis, online basis, whichever way it is needed, I do it. That's
That's
how I
fan-
came into robotics. And thank you, sir.
That's fantastic. That really is it's a wonderful story and commiserations really for your parents that have passed. What impact does what pressures do you have in your line of work that you deal with, and in doing so, what methods do you use to deal with those pressures?
See, my work is to do get startups done first. Then, if it is for teaching, my problem is that I will always teach the person sitting at the last bench of the class, not the first bencher.
Yes.
If the weakest of the students can understand, then I am a successful teacher.
Right.
If not, I can't teach. That is a principle that I always carry with me.
Right.
The second issue is about startups. Yes, when I am working or mentoring a startup, I always step into the shoes of that man who's doing the startup, and I see the problems from his end, and I try to respond to them. You understand? And I see
Wow.
what all adverse conditions will be coming, because when we see a business, when we talk about business, we just talk about positive things.
Yeah.
But there are negatives attached to it, a
Absolutely.
lot of negatives attached to it.
Absolutely. Hmm.
And the worst part is that the person who wants to start the business, he doesn't even want to see them.
Yeah.
He or she doesn't even want to see them.
Yeah.
So that is my job. And that is the challenge, to make this person understand that this is a drawback of your project or your business. You need to overcome it. How you overcome it is what I'm going to teach you.
Yes.
And if he or she doesn't approve it, I really get a setback. It's not because I did not earn money or anything. It is because I could not make him successful. That is
Right.
my duty. See,
Right.
if I earn money, it can be spent. But whatever knowledge I have, if I don't share it, it goes along with me. It is of no
Yes.
use to anybody.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
So knowledge sharing is more important.
Mm. It's funny because
That is what I do in my life.
yeah, it's funny because I used to watch before he passed Dr. Mars Monroe, and he used to say that the graveyard is one of the most richest places on earth because many people have passed and gone into that very grave where they went with their education, their creativity, their ideas, and their books and their films and products. And a lot of the times they didn't express for whatever reason, and it's all gone into that grave of knowledge, wisdom. And he said it was one of the richest places on the planet Earth, And I thought that was very profound, actually, because from your standpoint, it seems that you are a true teacher, and you're not necessarily doing it for a financial gain, but I feel like you almost feel the payment in seeing the child succeed. Is that am I correct in assuming that? Yeah.
Success comes, yeah, success cannot come. It cannot even be spelled without you. So it always has to
Yes.
be you there for success.
Yes. Exactly. Wherever
So,
you go, you're there.
so you will call me you and I will call you you. So it is a teamwork of yous that make it a success.
Wow, that is profound. That is very good. How can education systems better support men's mental health?
There is a fantastic subject called history. History, if you divide it into two words, it is known as his story.
Yeah.
What about her story?
Yes.
There is no her story. So, you know, and there have been queens. For example, when I came to Africa, I came to know about a queen called Queen Amina from Nigeria. She never married, but she was the most loved and the best queen that Africa ever had. But
Wow.
if you Google out, we will always see Mensa Musa was the richest person on earth till date, and he distributed all his wealth. What about Queen Amina, the Queen of Zaria in Nigeria? Nobody is trying to do research. Let me give an example. See, as you are in UK, so you might be aware of the dames. When they are knighted, they are known as dames, the women, right?
Mm.
And there are double dames who are double knighted. The entire British Empire had governor generals all over the world. Do you know that the only place where there was a woman governor general was Belize, and she was a double dame. Double
Wow.
dame. She died in US. She was brought to Belize, but there is not even a research done on her life. Unfortunate.
Mm.
Such a great personality. She was into education. She was into so many things. Belize is a country of 400,000 people only. But that country has the distinction
Yeah.
that to have a double dame who was their governor general. No story about it. Not even history books tell about it. Who was the first lady president? Well, Sri Mahbub Bandaranaike from Sri Lanka because she was a politician. Why not bring out this double dame governor general in the
Yeah.
history books of the world and also popularize Belize?
Yeah. Exactly.
Nobody, even the prime minister, nor the prime minister, or anybody else is interested in doing that. I even offered them in the University of Belize a chair in her name,
Yeah.
but they would not accept it. I don't know why. So
Do you
her
think?
story is very important. Sorry, please go ahead, sir.
No, it's fine. I was enjoying your trail of thought. It was do you feel that because especially our culture, like my culture in Nigerian, it was there's a role that they always used to kind of abide by, and God, man, woman, children. Do you feel that in some way women are being or have been overlooked? Of course, that we're talking traditions, but now it's changed now to a certain degree, where they are becoming somewhat more equal, or it's been made to the awareness of people the mistreatment of women, and labeling them misogynism, for example. But we always know that women have a very special role, really, is a conduit between like heaven and earth. They're the only ones that can bring life. Do you feel that we need to do more as it pertains to acknowledging women, and are they losing their what's the word I'm looking for? Are they losing their as you say their normal default, which their duty, as you used the word earlier, without even being told? Is there a discrepancy there within the whole structure, family structure, and how society perceives them as well? Do you think we could do more?
Okay, let me ask you a question. You have a band, right, which plays music behind you. So, what will happen if you go and you sit at the drums and the drummer comes and sings? It will be a fiasco, right?
Yes, it'll be a
It will be
terrible.
a fiasco.
Yes.
So, when I see today's feminism movement, they are all, if you see the feminism movement, the first thing you will see is the lady has cut her hair. She is wearing a jeans and a t-shirt,
Yeah.
smoking away. What is that? That is just copying a man.
Yes.
You're copying a man. But why are you copying? That means you don't have your own identity.
Yes.
You're not proud of your identity. That is why you're copying somebody who you think is more powerful than you are.
Yes.
Am I right?
Absolutely. Do you
And that
feel?
is the yes.
Carry
Yeah,
on.
please go ahead, sir. Please go ahead.
Carry on.
Uh, so let me complete. Now, a woman, see, man has a different domain, woman has a different domain. Men are physiologically made different than women. So they have their duties towards the society, and the woman also has the duties towards her society. And nothing in this world comes for free.
Yeah.
Nothing. When a man can, even if he wants, he cannot give birth to a child.
Yeah.
A woman, she cannot be the father of a child, even if she wants. So, the fact that you have to accept what you are is more important than anything else.
Wow. That's very.
Believe in yourself. If you
Oh
don't
wow.
believe in yourself, if you don't believe in yourself, why will the others believe you?
Wow.
Isn't it? So
Mm.
that belief system is missing, and that is called spiritual bankruptcy, as per me.
Yes. And who?
I don't mean religious bankruptcy. I'm saying spiritual.
Absolutely. And who do you
It
think
is
that?
not religious. It is spiritual.
Yeah. Exactly. And who do you think that?
Yes,
So
please go ahead.
who's to teach that? Who has the
Teach that.
responsibility?
See, who teaches the yes, the sense of responsibility, rather the sense of duty, should be given from as the businesses passes from father to son. Similar pass from the mother to the daughter, because the mothers will understand the daughter better than the father.
Yes. True.
You
True.
understand? So this is
Absolutely.
how it happens. Now let me give you an example. I'm sorry, take just 1 minute.
Please do.
I have been very fortunate to see four generations in my life. My grandmother could barely sign. She did not study much. She could only sign her name. Okay, and my grandfather was the only bread earner in the house. But never did he dare to look at her in her eyes and say anything. That was her.
Yes.
She was a illiterate, not a illiterate, she was signing. So nothing else. She couldn't read, she couldn't write much. My
Right.
mother was a graduate. My mother was a graduate. My father, mother, they used to have fights. I was the one who was questioning my mother on a lot of things.
Right.
Okay. Then came the third generation. That is my sister and her and her kids. My sister is a doctorate, and her daughter says, "What do you understand? So tell me, who is the most empowered one, my grandmother or my sister?"
Yes.
My sister is a doctorate, and my grandmother was not educated. So
Yes.
who is more empowered?
Yes, exactly. Mother of obviously. Yeah.
Yes. So you see, because she knew what her domain was. She
Yes.
knew what her domain was.
Yes.
You'll be very surprised to understand one thing. In the entire world, wherever you go, if you talk about peace, it will only be Mahatma Gandhi, right? And his non-violent ways.
So if I could just
Am I
stop you
right?
there. Sorry, if I could just stop you there. We only are allowed 45 minutes. Can we resume this? I have to close it and then give you a call back. I'm enjoying this. It's riveting.
No problem.
Thank you very much, Dr.
Please,
Roy.
no
Thank you.
problem. We'll do that.
Hello there.
Hi, sir. How are
Hello.
you?
Yes, my apologies. It's very difficult with this eCam to try to organize and close and start again. I think it wants my money. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with really, it's an honor, really, with Dr. Roy Manohar, or Roy, as he wants us to address him. So we just want to carry on with what we were talking about, as it pertains to women and how they were um, supposedly misrepresented or underrepresented. Um, I wanted to ask you this because there was a big scene in, I think it was, I would like to say it was Russia, where these women were making a protest against, I believe it was fur, and they went topless. And, they went in such a way, to protest against, the harming of animals, which I agree, but I don't think that particular method of what they chose to do um, gives them any more respect. And in fact, I would also like to go as far as to say, do you feel as well from a mental state point of view that perhaps there are some women who use the fact that they have the femininity and they are female to their advantage?
Yes. See, even men take their advantage of machismo. Why not the women should take their advantage of being a feminine creature? Yes, they do, certainly. Yes, if somebody is over empowered, they will always take the advantage of it. If you give power to the weak, then they can become more lethal than the powerful. That has always been the case. Well, let me tell you about something else as well.
Please do.
I don't think that out of the 204 countries in the world, there might be not there not there may not be a single person who doesn't know about Mahatma Gandhi. I mean, every country, at least one person will know about Mahatma Gandhi and his ways
Yes.
of peace and non-violence and everything. Yes.
A great man. Yes.
So I think he is the biggest celebrity of all time. He is the biggest celebrity of all time. Am I right?
Absolutely. I remember watching the
So if
film.
you just see it from a PR perspective, if thank you so very much that you watched the film. The film is just a part of his life.
Sure.
But let me tell you, let me ask you rather, When you and your wife, God forbid, if you have a fight, what is the first thing she does to you? She stops talking, right?
Yes, communication. Yes.
So that is not that is yes. Stops talking, and that is satyagraha. That is what Mahatma Gandhi practiced, right? Then, even if that is not working, then she stops cooking for you. That is
Yes.
non-cooperation.
Yes.
So the biggest PR tricks could come from the women, and women don't realize it.
Yes.
Mahatma Gandhi was the one who realized it. The Mahatma Gandhi realized it, and today he is the biggest celebrity on earth. You understand? So if we can, it is not, see how you use. I told you, use it or misuse it. Mahatma Gandhi used it for his own PR. Some women, not all, you misuse it for their advantage, and in the long run, they are at a loss.
Yes. Because it's not their duty to
So you
misuse.
have
It's their duty to be
absolutely,
one with
absolutely,
nature. Right. It's not very. It's not complicated nature, is it? It's beautiful, but it's not
exactly,
complicated.
yes. So you see, women. I always ask this question to the feminist. It is something you can laugh about, but there was a women organization that called me as a guest of honor on the Women's Day. So on a Women's Day, a man is being called. Imagine. So I just told them, see, you have got everything in you. It is only how you use it. Don't try to misuse anything.
Yeah.
If you misuse it, you will always find yourself in troubled waters. Try to go with the tide, not against it. If the water is flowing east to west, if you try to go west to east, then you will always have a problem. And the
Do,
crossing is always north and south.
do you feel that we're losing uh, our duty to be human? So male men. I mean, it's very
Yes,
confusing now, isn't it?
yes. See, since last thousands of years, it has always been a masculine world, right?
Yes.
We live in a society. Most of the world stays in a patriarchal society. Have we ever brought in a matriarchal society in
Yes.
fray?
Mm.
No. I'll give you a small example. Uh, there is a state in India called Kerala. It is 99.9% literate, only state in India with the highest literacy rate, and it is a matriarchal society. It is not the man who marries a woman and brings the girl home. It is the lady who marries the man and brings the man home.
Wow.
And the properties, yes, yes, and the properties are always given from mother to the daughter and not from father to son. That is a matriarchal society.
Right.
And you see, maybe that is one of the reasons why they are so much educated. 99.9%. Nowhere in this world will you find a country with this level of education.
Does it
I mean,
work
I'm
though?
talking about major. Yes, it works. Of course, it works. Of course, it works. And you will see matriarchal societies are more peaceful, because even when we use our slangs or bad words, it is always women whom we bring in. Women don't bring in themselves in their bad words. They will not even think of bringing a man in their bad words because they think that their man is a pride. And you have never seen starting with F's, B's, and M's. I will not like to say those words.
Sure.
They have anything to do with men. It has got always to do with women. So we have never given them that value. We have never given them that value.
I have a
But
question.
women give us that value, and that is why they are more powerful when it
Do, do,
comes.
do you
See,
think
even
that
in Tanzania, even in Namibia. Yeah, please go ahead. Yes, sir. Please, please.
I said, do you think that perhaps they need some time to, the men has, as you quite, correctly stated, men have really been the dominant force in creation, till thus yet. I mean, do you feel that perhaps they need time because, it seems now that, women are having, strokes and heart attacks because they're now taking the role of working, and, some of them are quite corrupt, and it's becoming more and more prevalent. Do you think we need just time, as this is perhaps an early experiment?
Well, when you start to do the churning, there are always those bad things that come out. If you try to stir milk in your tea, that is powdered milk, skimmed milk, as we call it, there will be lumps first coming out. And then you have to grind those lumps, and then your tea becomes very tasty. So, this is just the beginning of it. This is the tip of the iceberg. Let it come out in its totality, and you will see the world a better place.
Oh, really? Okay, interesting. Interesting. I mean, I feel that obviously I had a strong mother, and she was very, very the opposite from my father. She was quite intense, whereas my father was quite a gentle person. Um, but it's interesting. So you feel that perhaps the world needs more women leaders,
Of course, it does. See, a
right?
woman leader is the one who's born to bring up its child, its kid. A woman is the one who brings up her kids. Even in nature, if you see, it is the women with whom the even the tigers, their cubs, they stay with the mother, not with the father. The father goes away. So, nurturing something, grooming something, it is always the women who have got this natural ability. If not, they become the premier of the country. They should be put in key positions of advising,
Right,
of advising.
right.
Yes,
Almost like the biblical character Ruth.
yes.
How? Excuse me. How can well, you obviously work with men. Do you work with women startups as well? Are they easier than the men?
See, women always have issues with their startups. Reason is very simple. They are
Excuse me.
always being guided by men. Men are more concentrated on the commercial value of it, and women are more concentrated on the aesthetic value, the social value, and the other values of it. Very few men will empathize with a woman starting a business. They would always want the woman to earn less than themselves, and that is where the conflict starts.
Yeah.
Well, I have before doing a startup with women. What I do is I try to form a self-help group of women where 10 women will come together, and whatever they have, I mean, whatever monthly on a monthly basis, they can save from their kitchen staff, from their pocket monies. They have to just put it up in one account for 1 year. That is a practice, a community living practice. Once that is done, automatically it becomes a startup capital for their business to do startups. And all these 10 people who have saved, they are the business partners having their different roles in the same business. So it is always important that we first make, see, men are decision makers because of the patriarchal society that we live in. But women, they have to be groomed first, and then they have to be then start the business or anything. That is how I look at it.
So you feel that perhaps it's a partnership that works. Would it not cause an imbalance if it's just women? Do you think that
Yes.
there's a partnership that really is the harmony, that the factor?
Let me give you a very good example. Of course, it is a very recent one which came to my eyes. Have you heard about shea butter?
Yes.
Shea butter is grown in 21 countries of the Central and Western Africa.
Right.
and you will be surprised to know that it is a all women industry.
Oh wow.
And because of these, yes, and because of these 21 countries, everybody in the world is able to enjoy any type of cream that we use. So you can understand what powers these women have.
Yeah. Yeah.
So shea butter is the integral part of every cream that you use. So that
So
is it. So that is the power of women. They have to just focus on which industry they need to come into. That's
yeah.
it.
Right. And do you think that's universal with women? Perhaps there needs to be some a global education that really will bring women to the forefront, right? Because a lot of women don't even know. I'm not going to speak, like I know every single woman on the planet Earth, but a lot of them don't know their purpose in life, right?
Absolutely. That is where mental health comes in. That is where
Ex-
mental health comes in.
Explain,
See,
please.
mental health, yeah. See, everybody has got their mental blockage that I told you about, that we were discussing earlier. So, women are the creators. The moment they feel that they are the creators and not the followers, that is the time when they realize I can create something because I'm naturally made for this.
Okay.
I'm naturally made for this. So that is the one point of empowerment that every woman needs to understand first and inculcate into herself that I am the creator, one of the creator. After God, it is mother, right? After God, it's mother. And you see, when something is groomed into you, for example, you took up singing, right? You did not need any mentor to tell you that no, you should go into singing, you should go into singing. There weren't people, there were no people around you to tell you should go into singing. It was your habit of singing, and you found out to be a gift from God. You have to look into yourself. You have to introspect and retrospect as well on what you are good at and what you are bad at, and then and only then the best of you will come out.
Do you
The
feel
best of you will come out.
do you feel that the, the powers that be are pitting men against women then? Do you
See,
think there's an
men and women,
agenda?
as I see, gender issues. Gender issues will always be there. Reason is, uh, nowadays, not only nowadays, I think last maybe uh, around around half a century or so, men have been trying to intrude into the kitchen, which used to be exclusive territory of the women. Exclusive territory of a woman in the house was a kitchen. Earlier, were not allowed into the kitchen. Now, what has happened is it is on an equality basis,
Yeah.
and women have accepted this. Women have accepted this. It is now the turn of us men that we need to accept the fact that they need to also come into business and be shoulder to shoulder with us. It is not necessary that a woman should go into a manufacturing unit where heavy machines or cement making or something of that sort. But she can go into beauty products. She can go into marketing of things, trading and things like that. Which is like her own baby, grooming up her own baby. I'm
True.
not saying that she should not go. No, she should go. But there has to be certain industries where women should be the one who should compete with other men as well. And for women, the first thing is starting their own communities, because the feeling of their communities will always give birth to new industries and new startups.
Right. It's a very good point. It's a very, very good point. I agree with you 100% wholeheartedly. Do you think that's what God wants?
Every God wants that. But unfortunately, we are always uh, told stories what God wants from a man's perspective to everybody else.
True. True.
Because
True.
God is genderless, right? God is genderless. God doesn't have a gender. Why should he create a divide between two genders?
Mm.
God is something which is immortal, omnipotent, right?
Yeah.
The one who's omnipotent, he or she can do anything.
Hmm.
Then he has never said that women should not do this and men should do only this. Never at all. He
But
gave
if
men that. Sorry.
sorry, go on. I'll let you finish.
So God did not say that women should not do this and men should do this. Men were made stronger physically than women. The only reason is so that the men can do the hard work. Women can do the semi hard or the light work. That is what their physiological differences are. There can
So
never be a equality.
right, right.
There can never be a equality when it comes to, every day a man can pick up 50 to 100 kilos of weight on his head or on his shoulders and go. But if you ask a woman, she will fall sick because she was not groomed that way. You can debate by saying, what about the weightlifters? They do it, but how many weightlifters do we have? I'm talking about a general man and a general woman.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
talking about specialized people.
I agree. So
Yes, please.
men used to be
Thank
the
you.
hunter gatherer, while the females were the nurturer, and they're bringing up the children. Um, Times have moved on from that, right, due to technology. Would it be a fair statement to say, because we've had this debates before with many other scholars like yourself as well, but would it be a fair statement to say that perhaps they should complement each other? That's the only way forward, because surely if you have one that's dominant, it'd be an imbalance. Do you think that there's a perfect harmony as it comes with the male and female?
Of course, there should they see, even in business you complement each other, and the
Yeah,
best business is life. In your life, if your female partner is not complementing you, there will be conflict.
yeah, exactly.
And if you are not complimenting her, then there will be a conflict. Let me give you an example. As you said that ancient times, men were the hunters and women were the ones who used to take care of all the rest of the things. What would have happened if the men did not bring the hunted food? Can the women cook?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
It's a
So
balance.
that
Yeah,
is how we complement each other.
yeah.
That is how we complement each other. Yes.
Do you feel society is pushing the narrative in the right direction for men and women? Because it seems awfully that there's a lot more discrepancy, and the women are really becoming quite irritated with the fact that men have always had the higher ground. Do you think the society and the information that's put out there is conducive to that very development?
See, the society is made by people like you and me. And it is always said charity begins at home. You see? So when you and me start practicing this, and our neighbors see that we don't fight,
It's a good
that
point.
is the time they want to copy you.
Good point.
So that is how we can integrate the society into a better one.
Yes. Just very quickly on closing, and thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your time. What advice would you give to the young men, who are going through a certain, mental health issue or things of that nature? What advice would you give them?
Ah, well, this is a very fantastic question. And I would like to just share a minute on this. The best time of our lives was our childhood.
Yes.
Everybody will agree to this. I mean, the happiest times was our
Yes.
childhood. But even in the childhood, we used to have fights with our friends. with our parents, with our brothers, with our siblings, everybody. Whenever you are having a mental blockade, relate it to your childhood and the solution will come out.
Yes.
So you will never have a mental blockade on anything.
Yes.
Imagine if you are having a conflict of interest in business, for example, then you just think of that day when your mother cooked and gave your sister food first and then you later, and how you complimented and you fought and everything, and there was a solution.
Yes.
That will always make things lighter and it will resolve the conflicts. So
Yes.
having mental blockades is very natural and normal. How you resolve it is more important. So
Yes.
the best resolution is thinking about those times when you were happy and you could resolve it through dialogue
Yes.
or your actions. Today the actions are evasive actions. At that time it was never evasive. So that
What
is how
advice?
it will make a better place.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
What advice would you give young men and young women about the use of mobile phones, comparison culture, and social media pressure? So first of all, phones.
Pressures. Okay. So the first thing is phone. Phone is for communication, and it is not something which is changing your life. That is what you need to understand. First thing, because you will see a lot of people showing off by giving people money, helping this, that. You will also, why don't you question that? Is it scripted or not?
Yeah.
Is it scripted or
Yes.
not? One.
Yes.
Then you will
Yes.
never have, because see, life now is becoming more and more materialistic. We don't believe in things until and unless we get a touch and feel of it. But with a mobile phone, if I wish you happy birthday and you wish me happy birthday, and at the end of the day I'm sitting alone at home and enjoying my birthday, that's the worst thing to happen. In our childhood, where if you remember, peop- our parents used to invite all our friends just to have a little bit of snacks for the birthday. That's all.
Yeah.
Receiving presents or not was a different issue altogether. So social media should be used in that way. It should not
Right.
influence you. You should be the one who should influence the social media, not
Yes.
the social media by you. Same comes with AI. AI is just a part of life. It is not fully your life. The moment you are dependent on something, you become a parasite.
Yeah.
The moment you become a parasite, you lose your powers. You lose your powers.
Yeah.
And that is a very bad thing for any human being to happen. Let it be men, let it be women.
Comparison culture. I think you've mentioned this before.
Yeah. Comparison of culture, yes. Cultures. Cultures will come from the root country where you come from. For example, you can be a British citizen by your passport, you can be an American citizen by your passport, but nobody can take the Nigerian out of you if you are a Nigerian. Nobody can take a Ghanaian out of you if you are a Ghanaian.
Yeah.
Follow
Right.
yourself. Similarly is with religion. I should not be concerned what religion you are in, and you should not be concerned what religion I am in.
Yeah.
Because as I usually and laughingly say, that religion is like my undergarments. What color I wear, nobody decides except me.
Yes.
And it is a private thing, and it should not be ridiculed about, but it should be respected. That's all.
Wonderful. And social media pressure on our young youth today.
Social media, if you take the pressure will be there. If you don't take that pressure, if you just watch that and let it go, because see, in this world, there is a full newspaper that comes to your house every day.
Yeah.
How much and how much do you read about it? It's just that interests you that you will read.
Yeah.
And if you read that, say, Kiribati and Fiji are fighting, you will never be interested in that. But if America is fighting somebody, you are interested. Why? You are creating self pressure. You are
Right.
creating
That's a
self
good point.
pressure.
Yes.
Why are
Yes.
you creating self pressure on yourself?
Yes. It's a great point.
Just release it. Let
Yeah.
every space under the sun.
Dr. Manohar, just tell the audience a little bit about how they can get in contact with you and whether you're coming to the UK. I think we have an event happening very soon. I'm looking
Yes,
forward to
I
it,
will
obviously.
definitely be
You want to
there.
tell the audience a little bit about, you know, what you're doing, how they can reach you?
Well, they can definitely reach me on my WhatsApp numbers. They can reach me on my email address. My email is just my first name, Manohar @hirepay.in, HIREPAY.in. If that doesn't work, then there is another way, another email, M Roy Ghana,
We'll put all that information down for you. Dr. Manohar,
ROY and Ghana @gmail.com.
Dr. Manohar, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much. God bless. And I can't wait to speak to you and see you face to face. And thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Manohar. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Take care. Ciao.
It's been an honor and pleasure being on your show. Thank you for having me there. Thank you, sir. Take
You're
care.
welcome. God
God
bless.
bless you.
Take care. Bye.